Hello and welcome to TTV News broadcasting on TayNinhTV newspaper and general television with some latest events in TayNinhTV province and across the country. Ladies and gentlemen, on the morning of October 14, at Hawaii of TayNinhTV Provincial Party Committee Facility 2, the Organization Commission of TayNinhTV Provincial Party Committee held a gathering to celebrate the 95th anniversary of the traditional day of the party organization building sector, October 14, 1930, October 14, 2025, and to congratulate the success of the first Congress of the TayNinhTV Provincial Party Organization, term of 2025-2030. Attending the event, there were Mr. Phạm Hùng Thái, Deputy Secretary of the Provincial Party Committee and head of the National Assembly Delegation of TayNinhTV Province, former members of the Party Central Committee, former Secretary of the Provincial Party Committees of former Long An and TayNinhTV, and leaders of the Organization Commission of the Provincial Party Committee across different terms.
Over the course of 95 years of development and growth, the party organization building sector has consistently affirmed its role as the root work of the party, established by the President Ho Chi Minh. Maintaining the work of party organization and building has been closely linked with the birth and development of the provincial party organization from the early grassroots source during the resistance period to the current era of the peers, motivation, renovation, and integration. In its face, the team of officials working in the organization building sector has always demonstrated the firm political will, absolute loyalty to the party and the people, and make important contributions to building a stronger provincial party organization. Speaking at the gathering, Mr. Phạm Hùng Thái acknowledged and praised the achievements that the provincial organization sector has attained in recent years, while also emphasizing the key issues that need to be focused on in the coming time. I believe that with the solidarity, bravery, and intelligence, the party organization building sector of TayNinhTV will continue to promote its glorious tradition and excellently fulfill its societies, contributing to building a truly clean, strong party organization and leading the province towards a fast and sustainable development, becoming a locality full of potential, prosperity, and livability. On this occasion, the Organization Commission of the Provincial Party Committee awarded the 2025 for the course of the party organization building commemorative medal by the Central Organization Commission to 31 individuals, recognizing their positive contributions to the party organization building work of TayNinhTV Province.
In celebration of the 95th anniversary of the party organization building sector, a delegation from the Organization Commission of the Provincial Party Committee, led by Mr. Võ Đức Trong, member of the Provincial Standing Committee and head of the Commission, visited and paid tribute at the Memorial Sale of the Southern Central. Visited and paid tribute at the Memorial Sale of the Organization Commission for the Central Office of the South Vietnam in Tân Lập Community Province. In a solemn atmosphere, delegates offer incense and flowers to honor generations of organization officials who devoted and sacrificed for the revolutionary cause and party building efforts. The delegation expressed their gratitude and pledge to carry on the legacy, improve their capacity, and fulfill assigned duties. The activity marked an occasion to reflect on the broad tradition and underscore the vital role of the party organization sector as part of the 95th anniversary celebrations and in honor of the success of the first Provincial Party Congress for the 2025-2030 term. Ladies and gentlemen, the first Congress of the TayNinhTV Provincial Party Committee for the 2025-2030 term had just concluded, opening a new chapter full of hope, determination, and confidence. The key resolutions passed at the Congress not only serve as a roadmap for the upcoming term, but also reflect the strong aspiration of the entire party committee and people of the province to advance boldly.
One of the three breakthroughs identified is reforming administrative procedures combined with the training and developing a high-quality workforce, removing bottlenecks, freeing resources, and creating momentum for development. And this aligns with the motto serving the people and businesses at the center. Building a sustainable public administration step by step by eliminating cumbersome procedures to make it easier for the people to access and carry out their tasks. Putting the people at the center to decide correct policies, lead, manage, and also mobilize decisively and effectively to promote the social economic development. Recognizing transport infrastructure as the foundation for development, TayNinhTV prioritized investment in a synchronous transportation system connecting regions, including major strategic projects such as the Mộc-Bài Xuyên Á Industrial and Urban Corridor Road and Ho Chi Minh City Ring Road. People are very excited about the conference. It has issued resolutions close to the public. We also have a duty together with the state and the people to have improved the rural roads gradually. For the resolution to be implemented quickly, the entire political system must act in unison with the consensus and consistency from the province to the grassroots level. At the conference, major orientations were concretized through 22 key targets, 4 quotas and 3 breakthrough measures, 6 key project and 3 development, driving access, and 5 essential solution groups. All the party members, military, and the people of TayNinhTV are united and determined to support and expect the conference success in this term, and we will strive to convey and lead the successful implementation of the conference resolution. And from the successful conference, a series of strategic decisions were made to catalyze TayNinhTV's strong breakthrough in the new development era over the next 5 years.
Dear audience, on October 14, a delegation from Hoi Bei Municipal People's Government of An Huy Province, China, led by Mr. Wang Huatong, Secretary of the Hoi Bei Municipal Party Committee, paid a working visit to TayNinhTV Province. Mr. Huỳnh Văn Sơn, Vice Chairman of TayNinhTV Provincial Business Committee, received and held talks with the delegation.
Welcoming the delegation, the Vice Chairman Huỳnh Văn Sơn introduced an overview of TayNinhTV's social economic development following administrative reorganization, highlighting its key advantages in attracting investment, strategically located along with the East-West economic corridor, bordering Ho Chi Minh City and situated in the Southeast region, the most dynamic economic zone in Vietnam. TayNinhTV serves as a vital gateway to the Mekong Delta, and it acts as a connecting major of economic regions and is emerging as a hub for trade, international cooperation, and tourism. And during the meeting, Secretary Wang Huatong expressed appreciation for the warm reception and conveyed his hope to strengthen bilateral exchanges, share experiences, and promote investment cooperation, particularly in trade and agricultural products. This visit reflects the trust and goodwill of the Hoi Bei Municipal People's Government toward TayNinhTV, contributing to deepening of the Vietnam-China Comprehensive Strategic Partnership.
On the afternoon of October 14, a working delegation from the Vietnamese Ministry of National Defense, led by Senior Lieutenant General Hoàng Xuân Chiến, member of the Party Central Committee, standing member of the Central Military Commission, and Deputy Minister of National Defense, conducted a field inspection in TayNinhTV Province to survey locations in preparation for the second Vietnam-Cambodia Border Defense Friendship Exchange. The delegation visited several key sites, including the Mộc-Bài International Border Gate area and the venue for the joint military medical rail between the two countries, located at Bến Cầu Community Public Service Center. They also checked the construction progress of a semi-modern classroom at Bến Cầu Community Primary School, funded by the Ministry of National Defense. At each site, Deputy Minister Hoàng Xuân Chiến raised the serious and urgent working spirit of the involved units. He urged on relevant agencies and forces to maintain close coordination and complete the remaining work on schedule, ensuring the event is organized with solemnity, thoughtfulness, and absolute safety. The second Vietnam-Cambodia Border Defense Friendship Exchange is expected to take place in November 2025 in TayNinhTV Province, Vietnam, and Sri Vinh Province, Cambodia, featuring 20 activities.
And on October 14, a provincial delegation led by Mr. Nguyễn Minh Lâm, Vice Chairman of the Provincial Bills Committee, conducted a field survey on the food, water levels, and agricultural production in several communes in the Đồng Tháp 10 region. Initial report shows that at the Thanh Ninh Canal connecting of Nhân Hòa Lập and Mộc Hóa communes, over 400 hectares are at risk. While the dike in Nhân Hòa Lập has been temporarily reinforced, the section in Mộc Hóa remains vulnerable and allowing water to seep into the fields. In Vĩnh Châu Commune, water has overflowed the weakened dye sections, but the locals have promptly reinforced about 122,000 meters of dye using for 6,000 wooden poles. The water levels are currently just 20 centimeters below the dye top, and local authorities continue to patrol and monitor the situation closely. At the flood control dam on the Hậu Canal of the south bank of the Vàm Cỏ Tây River in Tuyên Bình Commune, nearly 400 hectares of 60 days of rice are under threat. The farmers have contributed about 2 million Vietnam dong per hectare to build the temporary flood barriers. In Khánh Hưng Commune, around 310 hectares of the rice are also at risk, and despite proactive reinforcement by the farmers, the water levels are nearing the canal banks. As per forecast that the flood waters will continue to rise at a rate around October 23rd to the 24th.
TayNinhTV province has consistently prioritized economic development alongside environmental protection. In recent years, environmental monitoring in industrial zones and clusters has been strengthened through synchronized measures. Currently, the province operates 115 automatic wastewater monitoring stations, which continuously transmit data to a central system to ensure water quality before discharge. This includes 28 stations in industrial zones, 4 in industrial clusters, and over 80 at major waste-generating enterprises. Additionally, 49 automatic air quality monitoring stations have been installed to closely control emissions from manufacturing facilities. The application of modern technology in environmental monitoring not only improves state management efficiency, but also reflects the strong commitment to harmonizing rules with a sustainable living environment. Ladies and gentlemen, in TayNinhTV province, many farmers' union officers have shown dedication, staying close to the people and actively mobilizing members to participate in emulation movements and economic development. On the occasion of the 95th anniversary of the Vietnam Farmers Union, October 14, local reports highlight numerous union officers who work tirelessly in remote border areas as summary individuals wholeheartedly committed to farmers and union work. Mr. Huỳnh Văn Tiền, head of the Farmers Union branch in Hamlet 3, Khánh Hưng Camille, is one such central figure. With over 20 years of service, he has been devoted and responsible, effectively organizing campaigns and helping farmers improve livelihoods. As a branch leader, I must lead by example and work alongside members. When we contribute together, members are more willing to support local projects like roads and public works, making life easier and boosting local economic development. In addition to encouraging members to actually compete in production and economic development, every year Mr. Tiền also organizes community cleanup activities in the village and alleys. At the same time, he leads by example in contributing money, donating land to build rural roads, and installing lighting system, joining hands to build a more spacious, clean, and beautiful countryside. As for Mr. Huỳnh Văn Tiền, head of the sub-union of Hamlet 3, over the past time, especially in terms of mobilizing farmers to join the union based on his credibility, he has been a role model for members in implementing the union's work and farmer movements. In particular, the movement of good farmers in production and business has received a lot of support from local farmers. Another example is Mr. Nguyễn Ngọc Trai, head of the Farmers Union branch in Rạch Mây, Hamlet, Tuyên Bình, Camille. A model farmer himself, he is known for his enthusiasm in union activities and grassroots patriotic movements. In the coming time, we'll focus on improving member engagement and encourage farmers to actually participate in agricultural production and the farmer movement, while also contributing land and resources to help build a vast new style rural areas. Whether in remote or border areas, these dedicated farmers' union officers continue to uphold their responsibilities, acting as vital bridges that ignite and sustain grassroots farmer movements. And now came into domestic news. Ladies and gentlemen, in the first 9 months of 2025, Vietnam recorded 32 export items with a turnover exceeding $1 billion, accounting for 93.1% of total export value. Notably, 7 of these items surpassed $10 billion.
Leading the list were the electronics, computers, and components with export value reaching for $77.4 billion, up to 45.9% year-on-year. Other major items include phones and components, machinery equipment, tools and spare parts, consumer goods and textiles, footwear, vehicles and parts, wood and wooden products. The role and recovery of these sectors are arriving by favorable conditions and the Vietnam strategy to diversify the markets and supply chains, helping maintain the competitiveness of the Vietnamese goods.
Following a temporary halt in rice imports by the Philippines, Vietnamese rice exporters are actually seeking new markets, with Africa emerging as a promising destination. Since the beginning of 2025, Vietnam's rice export to Africa have seen strong growth, with several markets recording double or triple-digit increases. For example, in the first 8 months of 2025, export to Ghana reached 662,000 tons, worth $373 million, up 95% in volume and 59% in value year-on-year. Export to Ivory Coast totaled 754,000 tons, worth $349 million, up 156% in volume and 96% in value compared to the same period last year. Ladies and gentlemen, due to complicated flooding and high tides, localities have mobilized militia, police, Portuguese, and youth volunteers to support farmers in reinforcing dikes and pumping out water to protect their crops. In Hưng Triền commune, one of the hardest hit areas, large rice fields remain flooded with no sign of water receding, putting great pressure on dikes and farmland. I have already harvested twice, but the rice is not fully cut yet. We've been getting help from military forces for 2 days now to pump water out. The rice isn't ready for harvest, and traders are pressuring us to sell at low prices. For the autumn-winter 2025 crop, Hưng Triền planted nearly 2,300 hectares. Farmers have harvested about 800 hectares, while 1,500 hectares are still in the flowering and ripening stage. Due to rising water levels, 330 hectares are partially flooded and over 40 hectares are threatened. Farmers are urgently reinforcing dikes and pumping water out to save the rice. The most critical area is 40 hectares in Bung Ram hamlet, where water outside is over 1 meter higher than the fields, preventing drainage. Local authorities have mobilized forces to urgently reinforce dikes and minimize damage. Over the past 2 days, nearly 100 personnel have reinforced nearly 2 kilometers of dike. We focus on the most vulnerable low areas to ensure safety. The command stands ready to assist farmers to protect their crops for safe harvest. We mobilize 30 to 40 youth volunteers, military, and Portuguese daily to help farmers reinforce dikes, initially protecting these 40 hectares. In about 10 days, we will reassess and continue supporting dike reinforcement to ensure timely rice harvest before bad weather. Until authorities advise against planting autumn-winter rice, to avoid flood rice and pass out rice, and to ensure the effectiveness of the winter-spring 2025-2026 crop, many farmers in Hưng Triền still planted the crop independently. And now that's all for today TTV News. Thank you for being with us and goodbye for now.